Alright, so hello guys, so welcome again to our YouTube tutorials, and in this video we are going to create another video tutorial, another coding project. And this is not going to be a React project, but it's just a HTML and CSS that we are going to create using Bootstrap. And as you can see in this picture, this is the landing page, ebook landing page that we are going to create. Okay, so for example, you have a ebook that you want your user to access or download. You can create a simple landing page like this. So as you can see here, we have the title of your website, and then it has different menus for the home, ebook, the about, and then the contact. And then just below here is the hero section, and it contains the title of the website, or what you can say as the main topic of the ebook. Okay, and this is going to be how to become a successful freelancer in 2018 or 2019. So it also has two buttons for the learn more and then free ebook download. So when your user or your website visitors click this, they can be directed to another page where they can download your ebook. Okay, so just below that we also have this form, subscription form, wherein you can collect the email or name of the user. Okay, so in this tutorial we are not going to make this one dynamic, but if you want to make it dynamic, you can connect this to Firebase, so you can actually collect the name and an email of the users. Okay, so next is another section, and it has two columns, and this is one for the image for the ebook that you want access by your users. So this is just a simple ebook cover. I created this with Canva. You can use that to make your own ebook cover. And then here at the right side is the different topics, okay, that the users can get or can read from your ebook. Okay, so we are going to create that as well. And then next is this section, and this is going to be the click to action. Okay, so basically what this does is it makes an urgency, or it helps your users to have a quick access to download your ebook. Okay, so we have here read anytime and anywhere. Okay, available for free download on Amazon Kindle, and then grab your free copy now. So there's a big button here that just make the users know that they can quickly download the ebook. Okay, and as you can see, there is also this icons. So we are going to implement the font awesome. So I get this from font awesome. Okay, and then below that is just the footer, where you just put your company name. Okay, so that's all for the introduction of this landing page that we are going to create. So let's check for the responsiveness. So I created this so that it will be responsive to all devices that will be they can access. It's good for the laptop, also in the iPad, or in your iPhones or smartphones. So if we want to adjust that, there you go. Okay, so it's working fine like that. Okay, so it's responsive in all devices. All right, so that's all. So we are now going to go to the coding. Okay, so let's go and open our documents. So I created here a a folder where I created all my projects. So I'll just open that. Oops. And then I create a new folder, or just, yeah. Okay, so we'll name this one landing ebook. Okay, ebook landing page. And then let's open this with get bash command line. Okay, so I'm using Visual Studio, so I just type in code space and then the period, and then the Visual Studio is automatically open for me. Okay, so now it's opening, so we don't need this anymore, so we can just close it. Okay, so we are now in our Visual Studio Code. So the first thing that we are going to do is, okay, so let's create a new folder here, and this is going to be the index.html. All right, and then we also, okay, so here we'll just type in, okay, oops, what the hell, and then tab. Okay, so there you go. I see. Okay, delete. All right. Okay, so we are now in our Visual Studio Code. So the first thing that we are going to do is to create a new file, and this is going to be an index.html. Okay, and then here, since I'm using Visual Studio Code, there is a shortcut that if you want to create the main HTML tag, okay, you just type in this exclamation point and then the tab. Okay, and there you go, you have already created the head tag and body tag and the HTML. Okay, so now that we have created that, we'll just name our website ebook landing page. Okay, since we are going to build this using Bootstrap, we're going to need the CDN for, okay, the Bootstrap. So let's go to bootstrap.com. Okay, and we are going to copy the CSS. So we'll just click that, then it's automatically being copied. And let's go back to our index.html. Just above the title, we just paste it here. Okay, let me just toggle wrap that. And then next, since we are going to use the font awesome for this, okay, this font here for these icons, iPad, laptop, and then this iPhone, let's go to font awesome. Oops, sorry, fontawesome.com. So this one. Okay, my internet is a little bit slow, so let's go to the start. Just click here, and then I think the CDN is this one. Okay, so the same that we did, we just copy here. Let's go back to the file and then paste it there. Now in Bootstrap we also need the, okay, let me show you bootstrap.com. okay, we also need this jQuery. Okay, jQuery and Also the popper.js, maybe we need that, so we'll just copy this one and then we'll paste inside the body tag. Okay, there you go. Okay, so that's the basic setup if we want to use the Bootstrap. Now, since we are going to add our own custom styles, we need to add that as well. So to do that, you just type in link, okay, real, and this is going to be style sheet, and then href, and then this is going to be style.css. I'm gonna create that in a second. Okay, let's close that link tag. Oh, sorry. There you go. So we go to this and let's create that file, style.css. Okay, so we want to open this one in our, okay, let's create a, just to test if it's working. So let's just create a simple h2 tag. Hello ebook, oops, Enoch ebook landing page. Let's save that, and then we'll open that in our browser. And to do that, you just go back to your landing page and then just right click and then open with Google Chrome. Alright, so yeah, there's one. So it's working fine, and we have here the title. Okay, so let's check, let's close this up. Let's check if our style link for the style is working. Let's go to that file and just make the body, okay, with the background color of just black. Okay, save, refresh. Oops, why it's not working? We have a body, okay, background color, style.css, style.css, style sheet, link. Oops, I forgot the one, the number sign. Sorry for that. Save, refresh once again. There you go. The background is black. Okay, so we're good. We'll just remove that. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to create the navbar. So I put a comment here, oops, for the navbar, and then after the navbar we are going to create the header. And as you can see in our sample website, there is this hero section. Okay, let me show you this one, and then also the form. So let's create that as well. So let's put a comment for the hero image, and then also the form, okay, subscription form, okay, and then next to the header is the click or the ebook intro, okay, ebook intro. Next to the ebook intro is the click to action or CTA, and then the last one is the footer. Okay, so we're done. Now let's start with the navbar. So what do we need? What do we need? Okay, what do we need in the image, or sorry, the navbar? Okay, the navbar, it has this title, the name, and also 2 or 4 different menus. So let's go ahead and do that. So to do a navbar, let's use the nav tag. Okay, and then we'll give the nav a class, and in Bootstrap there is this unique class which is navbar, and also navbar expand lg and navbar light. Okay, so under inside the nav we create a div, and we'll give this a class of container. Okay, and then inside the container we are going to create the anchor tag for the name of the website. So this is going to take in the class of navbar brand. So remember, all these class name are from the Bootstrap. Okay, so next is the href. We'll just put this one a number sign, and then the name of our website is the Ninja freelancer. Okay, so the word freelancer is going to have a different color, so we need to put that in a span. Let's take that freelancer and put inside, put it inside the freelancer. Okay, next is for the button. There's a button if we are going to reduce the size of the website into different devices. There's a button that will be able to show the menus. Okay, so the button is going to have a class of navbar tagler. Type will be a button, of course, and let's put this important attributes, which is collapse, and we also use the data target. And for the data target, this is going to be a number sign and then navbar collapse. And remember, we are going to use that when we are going to create the unordered list. Okay, so I think that's it. So inside the button we are going to create the span, and let's give this a class name of navbar tagler icon. Sorry. Okay, and this is the icon for this one. Okay, I will show you. When we reduce the size, it will show this icon. Okay, hamburger icon. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. So below the button we are going to create another div where it will contain our menus. So div class of collapse and navbar collapse, and this is going to take the ID that we just created for the button. So this is going to be navbar. I'll just copy this one, navbar collapse, copy that, and just put it here. Okay, so under this div we are going to create the unordered list for our different menus. So the UL, it has a class of navbar nav and also an ML auto. Okay, for the ML auto, this is a Bootstrap class that will push the menus into the right side, okay, of the website. So it's going to be positioned here, okay. Next is the link tag or li, and this has a class of nav item, okay, and then it takes in an anchor tag, and then this takes a class name of or class of nav dash link, and this is going to be the home, okay. And then we should not forget the href. For the meantime, we just put this one, we just put a number sign, okay. So we have our home, and we'll just copy this one and paste it 3 more times, okay. And we'll just change this one to ebook, and this is about, and this is going to be contact, okay. So I think this is good for the navbar, so let's save that and let's check it in our browser. Let's go here and then refresh. So there you go, we have here our navbar, but I think we forgot to delete this one, so let's remove this, save, okay. There you go, we have our title and these 4 different menus. So as you can see, we have a different font size and also a different style of the font. So we are going to do that, and this is bigger than this one, okay. Okay, so to change this title into cursive, and this is going to be a color orange, we are going to need the font or Google Fonts. So let's go to Google Fonts, and the name of the fonts that I use here is called Nikon, okay. So let's find it out. So Nikon, I think this one, okay. So we need this size regular, I think we need 400, okay. So let's click the plus sign, and then we are going to go here and let's copy the import, this one, just copy this line, and then let's go ahead to our code, Visual Studio Code. Let's go to style.css and paste it here, okay. Once we paste that, we are going to create our color variable, okay. So we need the root, and in the root for the color we are going to use a name here, which is primary color, and this is going to take in the RGB 255, and then 77, then 0, and then 1, okay. So this is going to create an orange color, okay. RGBA 255, 77, 0, and 1. And also we need another color here, which is the secondary color. I think we don't need that for the meantime, okay. So if you look at the index, we put a class name. There's a class name for the title, okay, and that is navbar brand. So to make that one cursive, we need to take that class name navbar brand, oops, and then we'll give this a font family of Nikon, I think double N, and then cursive. We make that one cursive, so we need to add this. And then the font size, we're going to adjust the font size, and this is going to be 40px. I think that's enough. And then we are going to change the weight, the font weight, so we need to add this, and we'll put that one 800. But as you can see, we don't put the 800 here, so we need to add that in our import. Okay, so 800. There you go. So we save, and then let's go to browser. Let's check. Okay, the Ninja Freelancer. Now that it changed, but it's still color black, so we need to change that into orange. If you remember, we put a span for the freelancer, so we are going to give this a class name, a class of freelancer. Save, and then let's go to style, and then let's give that a color, freelancer. Okay, and then the color that we are going to use is this one, primary color. So we'll just use the var, and then dash dash primary color. Save, check it, and there you go, it's changes to freelancer. Now that's done, we are going to need to move on to this hero, okay, hero section, where we are going to create the image, buttons, and the subscription form. Okay, so that, and under the header, hero image, going to start by creating a header tag, and let's give this one an ID and hero section. Okay, so inside the header, let's create a div, and this is going to, so this div, by the way, is for the overlay. So as you can see in the image, this is going to, there is the image, and then we are going to put a dark overlay so that it will make a little bit nicer in the eyes, so that it will not be a bit lighter when we look at it. So there's an overlay for this image. So to do that, let's create a div, and let's give it a class of dark overlay. So later on, we are going to style this in the style.css. Okay, so we are going to create another div, and this is going to be a container, because we want to put a little bit margin in the left and the right side. Okay, so another div for the row. Okay, and then there are two columns here. No, there are only one column. Okay, so we're going to use this Bootstrap class call lg-8. Okay, and also we'll put the in the middle, so we use the auto mx auto, and also the text center, because we are going to, we want the text to be in the center of the container. And then here we are going to create our heading, and we put that in a h1 tag. So how to become a successful freelancer in 2019. Okay, now as you can see, the word successful is color orange, so we need to put a span for that word. So span, and then let's take that, copy that, and put inside the span, and let's give that a class name or class of freelancer. Okay, so there you go, we are done with the h1. Next is the two buttons, a anchor href, and also let's give it a class of btn, and this learn more is our custom classes because we are going to style that button according to what we want. And then this px4 is in a Bootstrap. If you want to give a margin for the on the top and then the bottom margin, you need to use this px. Okay, so next one is the padding. We also want to give a padding of py4 as well, and then learn more. Okay, let's copy this, and this is for the download, ebook download. Let's change the name, ebook, or what's that, I forgot, free ebook download. Okay, so let's name that free ebook download, and then let's also change the class name, and let's give that a download now. Okay, so let's save it. Let's go to the style and let's style the section. But before we go that, I think we forgot to style our menus. So we are going to make these four menus a little bit bigger. Okay, so to do that, let's take the class navbar nav or navbar, and then the ul, and then the link, and then the anchor tag. So to do that, let's go to style.css, and it's navbar ule, and let's give it a color. Nope, not a color, it's a font size of maybe, I think 20 px. Let's check. Okay, there one. Home, ebook, and about contact. Okay, so this is the header section, the header section. So we need to style our button. So let's go ahead to style.css, and remember we give this an ID header of hero section, so we are going to take that in. So a hero section, the background image is going to be a URL. Okay, the image that we are going to use is this guy looking at, holding his cup of coffee, and then looking down his laptop. So to do that, let's go to I think I downloaded from pexels.com. Let me check. Yeah, man, in laptop. Okay. Where is that? Okay. This one. Okay, so just click the image, go to free download, the size is medium, and then download. Okay, there you go. Now that we downloaded that, we need to take that in, put it in our folder, in our file. So to do that, let's go to downloads, and where this one, pixels, we need to cut that one, go to our files, and then paste. Let me just change the name to BG, or background image. Okay, so we have here the background image, and in the hero section we need to take that in. To do that, let's put it inside the URL, and the name of the file is bg image.jpeg. Okay, there you go. And then the background size is going to be cover, because we want to stretch that all together. And then the background attachment is going to be fixed, and then the min height is going to be 650 pixels. Okay, oops, that's wrong. Okay, save. Let's check if we got the image. There you go, we have the image, and the image is stretched all over the container, and the minimum height is 650. Okay, now that we have done that, we need to work on the overlay. As you can see, there's an overlay, dark overlay here. So to do that, let's go back again to the style, and let's take the hero ID and also the dark overlay class, and let's give it a background color of RGBA 0,0, and then 0.5. minimum height of 650, so it will cover the entire height of the image. Let's save. Okay, so there you go, it works. So now that we're done with that, we'll work with the title, the heading 1, and then the bottom, or the button, sorry, hero section H1, and let's give that a margin tab, margin on the top of 200 px, and let's give it a color of white. Also, the size of the font is going to be 48 px. Okay, and then let's work on the, okay, let's save it first. Let's check. Paste. Okay, why it's not working? So hero section, we misspelled the hero section. That should be, okay, there you go. How to become a successful freelancer in 2019. I think we misspelled the word successful, so we are going to change that. So I think it's single S. Okay, so for the button, hero section, and then there is the style of the button, and we named that as learn more. Okay, if you still remember. So let's give a background color of orange. So let's use the var. Okay, primary color is going to be orange. Okay. Next is the border radius. We need to put a border radius of 20 px, and the color of the text, of the button text, is going to be white. Okay. What's wrong with this background? Sorry, I can't spell that right. Save. Okay. The padding is too much, so we need to change the padding of the button. Let's go to index and py, I think 2 only. Okay, I think it's better. So for the other button, let's do that as well. Let's go to index. Okay, sorry, there's no comma here. Okay, so the border, we have a border, we give it a border of 1 px solid, and the color is going to be orange. Okay, the color of the bottom text is going to be white as well, and the border radius is also 20 px. Okay, also want to change the padding to 2. Okay. I think all right, we need to change the border color into white. It's not orange, so this should be white. Is that correct? I think. Let's check our sample. Yeah, it's white, so we need to change this into white. But if you want it orange, you can just leave it that way. Okay. All right, so let's save it. Check. Yeah, there you go. If you see the sample, there's a hover that it will change the color of our button, and this will become, if we hover into this learn more button, it will become transparent. So let's go ahead and do that. So for the hero, oops, okay, so the let's make the background color as transparent, and the color will change into var primary, and also the border will change to white. Okay, for the hover for the download now, let's work on that as well. So download now, and then the background color is going to change to the primary color that we created. So this is going to be orange. The color will change to white when we hover, and then the border will change to orange. Oops. Primary color. Okay. Sorry, this is going to be a semicolon. It's going to be semicolon. Okay, let's save it. Oops. Because we forgot to put the hover. Save. There you go. Okay, so it's working fine. Now that we're done with that, let's work on the... I think our heading is quite bold, so we need to... As you can see in our sample page, our sample website, our heading here is in an uppercase, and we have here a little bit margin from the heading, in the heading, between the heading and the button, so we need to do that as well. So let's go to the index, and let's know the style, and let's go to hero section h1, and let's transform the text. So we use text transform and then uppercase. Okay, so we need also to change the font weight into maybe 400. Okay, and then the margin for the button, we give it maybe 24 px. Save. Okay, so I think it's not enough, so we'll put this one 300, and this is going to be 30. Okay, so I think that's better. Okay, now we need to work for the subscription form. So let's go to index, and inside the subscription form, let's create a div here, and let's give it a class of subscribe. This is our own subscribe, sorry. This is our own class name, and let's give it a padding on the tab with 4, and a padding button of 5. Okay, then let's create another div, and this is for the container, and also a row and then there are 3 columns. If you will notice here, there is this first column, second, and third column. So we'll create 3 columns here. So we need the call dash lg dash 4. So let's create a div class of called lg4, and then let's create an input tag with a type of text. The class name is going to be form control bg transparent, make that transparent, and let's put a placeholder, and this is going to be name. Oops, this should be input. Okay, now let's just copy this one because it's the same dimension. Copy 2 more times. We'll just name this one the email, and this is going to be for the subscribe button. But this is not going to be an input, but instead it's going to be a button with a class name of bdn block, and then bdn subscribes. Okay, this is our own styling. We'll just remove the type, and that's it. I think that's all we need. And then let's create a h2 tag here, and this is going to be subscribe to our newsletter. Okay, let's give it a class name of text center because we want to put that in the center, and then a display of 6 with a padding button of 4. Okay, now that we've done with the HTML for the form, let's go ahead and style the form, subscription form. But before we go to that, I think we made a mistake here. We should put the subscription form inside the header. So let's just take this all together, copy that, and then inside the header, let's put it here. Okay, so let's make that okay. So now we're done. We go to our style.css, but let me show you what we are going to do. If you can see in our sample image, the subscription form has a background of a darker color, so we need to do that. And then the heading is color white, and we also style the form input, so it has a border radius of color orange, and then the radius has border radius of, I think this is 20, and also a color of orange, so we need to work on that as well. So let's go to our CSS. Let's start with the subscribe class name. Okay, subscribe class. So let's position this one to absolute. Okay, so if we want to position a div inside another div like this hero section, we need to position our hero section into relative. Okay, So we need to include that. Now we position our subscription form at the bottom. So we need to add bottom with a 0, okay, with 0, and also the left with 0, okay. And then the background color is going to be an RGB, and this will take in a few numbers, 0, 0, 0, and then it is going to be 0.6 to make it a little bit darker, okay. So there you go. And then let's also give it a width of 100% and also a minimum height of 20 px. Okay, let's save. Let's go ahead and check, and there you go. We are successfully put the subscription form inside our header. Okay, this is wrong, so we need to put an I for that. Okay, so there you go. We have our subscription form inside our header. So in the next video, we are going to style our form and also continue working for the ebook intro and also our click action in the footer. So